What the heck is going on here?
It's Friday. It's Friday.
It is Friday, and we are in the same room at the same time. Go
What?
Hey there, it's Curt and Jen in the morning. This is our pod and video cast. Please like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoy what you are hearing here.
Please,
I
please.
would appreciate that. Coming up today, we've got your top spring cleaning projects and also some life hacks that people swear by.
And the dwarf you most relate to and why.
Well, that was our question of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
From the 7 Dwarves.
States with the highest likelihood of alien abduction. Now, I was not going to put this story in the podcast because it's a little ridiculous until I read the states.
I love the ridiculous stories. You know that.
Okay, I know.
That's good. Also, the happiest countries in the world. That Gallup poll information is out again for this year. We have Fun Facts Friday.
And then what's happening this weekend in the PNW.
Here we go.
Oh, but first a big announcement about the podcast.
Yeah, because we're tired.
Well, we do this every day.
We have been doing this every
At 4:30
day.
in the morning, and we need to get sleep because we also don't get paid for this either.
Well, we're getting to an unfortunate, what would you call it, anniversary.
Yeah.
A year ago on April 1st, so very, very close to a year exactly, is when we got laid off from our job at the former Star 101.5. Wah, wah. They decided, hey, we're going to go country. Do you know, by the way, everybody, we offered to stay on at the station, even as a country station.
I mean, I love country.
And do the morning show still. But they said, get the hell out of here, crew.
Pack it up and head out.
Yeah. So we are going to now be doing the podcast starting on Monday, 3 days a week. That'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
It gives you a break from us, too.
Right.
And I mean, you're welcome.
I love the way you put that.
Can I just say that we appreciate, I'll say on behalf of both of us, we have several people that listen every single day, and we love that. But it makes more sense. I mean, most podcasts usually do 2 episodes a week.
Some of them do 1 every couple of weeks.
Listen, we asked AI what would be best for our podcast, and she told us that it would be better at 3 days a week. So this is what we're doing.
We're listening to AI for this one time at least. So yeah, starting next week. But the content should actually be better then because we'll have more time.
In theory.
In theory. Love it.
So please mark your calendars. And if you subscribe and like and follow our podcast, you will get notifications of when these are out. We'll put it on Facebook too, but just so you know.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't affect you you'll keep listening. What's happening right now? Spring has sprung. This year's top cleaning projects are... Okay, so since today is the first day of spring, right? We said it was yesterday, but I thought it was the 21st. No, yesterday was the first day of spring.
Okay, great.
Today is National Flower Day.
All right, so here's what you go. You're getting ready to do your spring projects, right? Spring cleaning. The biggest ones are, and also I found that this was interesting as well, that a lot of people say, you know what, spring cleaning makes me feel good, makes me feel better. 8 in 10 people felt a sense of accomplishment, and about 85% of people say it improves mental health.
And 2/3 of us look forward to spring cleaning.
Well, those people are crazy. But
I feel like the same. Crazy.
Top spring cleaning projects: washing windows and window screens, which is a pain in the butt, especially if you have a 2-story house. But that's going to be one of your top projects, along with cleaning the grill. I clean the grill.
It's because Memorial Day is coming and it's grilling season. That's why.
No, see, I clean the grill after every use, but they're saying like a deep clean, get rid of the spiders and stuff like that, right?
Don't you just burn them when you turn it on?
That's kind of what I thought. So.
Okay, and then also getting your yard in order. Everything from mowing and weeding, adding flowers and mulch.
Are you doing any of that this weekend?
No, I am not.
No? All right. About 3/4 of people say the spring projects help cure spring fever, which, if you need a definition, Merriam-Webster says spring fever defined as a lazy or restless feeling often associated with the onset of spring.
Now, the Urban Dictionary would say something different about spring fever.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Okay, move on.
Do you want to share?
No, it just is like you're, I don't know another word, like you are wanting, like you're horny.
Here we have. How about this? If you're looking to buy something nice for your special someone, this is already sold, so you can't. A perfectly round egg. I didn't think that this was a big deal at all. It's like somebody found a perfectly round egg.
It's third one in a billion, Curt Cruz. They're one in a billion.
So this is in England. There's an egg handler That's a job. Discovered an anomaly late last year. They found an egg that was perfectly round. Allison Green found this egg, decided to take it to auction, and earlier this week, the egg sold for about 420 pounds. So somebody spent $550 US on a perfectly round egg.
Are we talking about like a
chicken egg?
A chicken egg?
I think so.
Okay.
A chicken egg, exactly.
What does one do with it once you buy it? Like, is it supposed to be?
You buy it and then you have it.
Okay. Let's talk about Vanna White.
550. I put this joke in here for you to use.
Oh, so the same current price as any regular egg? Yes. But bump.
Vanna White. Somebody asked the question. So, Vanna, you've been on the Wheel of Fortune program for many, many years, actually since 1982, right? That's correct.
It's a long ass time.
First of all, how many dresses have you worn in that time?
Ooh.
Because I think she was a different dress every night.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
That was her whole thing. That's her shtick.
And do you get to keep them? Apparently, she has donned over 8,000 gowns while on the air.
That's awesome.
And as far as do I get to keep them? No, the wardrobe stays on location.
I wonder if she's ever worn a dress more than once.
I don't know. You just said no.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but I do wonder.
Okay.
I just am saying that because I don't think she has, but I don't know.
Well, Vanna did say I don't get to keep the dresses, but they do let me borrow them for events sometimes, maybe the Emmys or something like that. Every day, a different dress for all of these 42 years.
It does. She did answer it. Every day, a different dress.
All right.
That would be fun. More winter weather could be on its way in Western Washington, even though it's almost April.
I know this story is a snooze, but we were looking for some local things.
Tell us, Curt.
This is it.
Weatherman Curt, meteorologist Curt Cruz.
I actually did an interview and a on-air audition to be a weather person, but I couldn't get down the whole right is left up, like when you're saying, here's what's going on in this area.
Oh, yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So we have a La Nina winter. That's done now, but there's still more winter weather perhaps to come. Following previous La Nina winters, the months of March through May have more often than not had a mix of cooler and wetter than normal conditions. So it might warm up a bit. I don't want wetter than normal conditions.
I don't either. We're in the Pacific Northwest. We already have that.
Wetter than normal for everybody else.
Yes.
All right.
You talk about this Cheesecake Factory menu because you were so excited that the Cheesecake Factory menu is changing and got to put this story in.
I didn't know that this was a seasonal thing where every season Cheesecake Factory, oh, you knew that?
Changes its menu?
Yeah, alters it.
I think that you have to based on what's available.
Well, that's what they do. They try to want to keep things, fresh as far as the, fresh food, obviously.
Right.
But, did you just almost
I
yawn?
did. I yawned. I for sure yawned.
So I didn't know that Cheesecake Factory has a menu of 250 items. I knew they had a lot, but 250 seems like an awful lot.
Their menu is a freaking book. Like,
this
legit.
Is true. But if I asked you yesterday, before you knew this, how many items are there on the cheesecake menu?
I would have probably said 500.
You would not have said 500.
It's a lot.
So you'll be happy to know, or not, they are getting rid of 13 dishes. So if you like their flatbread mushroom, everything flatbread pizza, the mushroom burger, the seared ahi tuna, you're out of luck. They're going away, along with the fried shrimp platter. But you'll be happy to know that they're adding 20 new items. So the difference
So they're not paring it down.
They're actually making it bigger. They're actually adding, so now it'd be 257 items. New items are grilled asparagus, honey roasted carrots, and charred sugar snap peas. They're getting rid of some good stuff for some crappy stuff.
They're getting
rid of mushroom burger, bistro shrimp pasta, the fried shrimp platter, delicious stuff, everything flatbread pizza. Oh, so if you don't want the flatbread pizza, may I suggest the grilled asparagus?
Or maybe some charred sugar peas.
Yeah.
Sugar snap peas, sugar peas, whatever.
I will die on that hill. They're adding crappy stuff and getting rid of good stuff.
There's not even anything in the story that they're adding like new flavors of cheesecake, which is what their whole restaurant is based on.
Can they possibly have any other flavors of cheesecake?
Yes, of course they can.
Don't they already have all of the possible flavors?
They don't have all.
By the way, if you haven't heard, the Cheesecake Factory downtown Seattle is closing, and that's kind of sad.
Kurt was surprised about that. I already knew that. That's
surprised about it. We just hadn't talked about it yet.
Okay, life hacks people swear by.
Please.
All right. Someone on Reddit asked, "What's the random life hack you swear by, even if no even if no one says it works. A pinch of salt in your coffee apparently makes it taste way better.
So these are just things that we
Random
maybe don't
things.
know.
Yeah.
That will help us out going through the
Have
day.
you put salt in your coffee?
No.
Will you? Try
No.
it. Okay.
I mean, I think the coffee tastes great the way it is, but...
Want a shorter wait time at the DMV? Just show up before it closes for the day. Everything moves faster because the workers want to go home.
That can't be right. At the end of the day, wouldn't there be a massive line of
I
people
feel like it, yes.
All right. Keep going with your hacks.
Open bags of chips from the bottom. It's where all the seasoning rests. Flipping the bag makes it sprinkle down so you have better tasting chips the whole way through.
I love that, by the way. And I never even considered that. Open bags of chips from the bottom. Okay.
Slow down to speed up. You're more likely to make mistakes if you rush. Then you have to go back and do it again.
Every morning
longer in the end.
when we're putting the show together and Jen's like, hurry up. I'm like, this takes time.
Write down every good idea you have. This is true. Don't depend on your memory. You should I have so many notes in my phone.
That's a good way to do it, because let me tell you this. I decided a few days ago we needed to get some Brasso. It's a polish for metal polish, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm looking on Amazon. We got to get some Brasso, okay? And then the little thing pops up saying, you purchased this item a month and a half ago. And I go down and I look and I'm like, lo and behold, there's some Brasso. I have no idea a month and a half ago
where the Brasso is?
No, why I wanted to get it. It was not for the same thing.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
How do you? But see, that's why you need.
That's a win.
I need to write these things down. Get Brasso to ...
Okay. This is interesting, and I'm going to try it. Put a slice of bread in your mouth. Now, I wonder if it's the whole slice of bread while cutting onions. The claim is it absorbs some of the compounds that make your eyes sting. Experts say it's dumb, but people still swear by it.
I would say if you put a whole...
Like, are you chubby bunnying the bread?
Right. If you put a whole slice of bread in your mouth, you're probably concentrating on not choking.
I can't even talk. Microwave everything twice as long with half the heat.
Ooh.
Like 2 minutes on 5 instead of 1 minute on full power. It cooks more evenly. I like that a lot because I feel like when you cook things, they get dried out. Like I'll oftentimes put a wet paper towel over it.
No, I've heard that trick, but this is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that.
A spoonful of sugar helps the hiccups go down. People claim a packet or two of sugar stops them immediately. That's because your brain's like, oh, what's this? What should I do with this? And the insulin kicks in. And
so it's all about tricking your brain?
Your whole body's like, what?
Hey. All right. I like that. And there were at least 3 or 4 in there.
I'm going to try the bread thing.
Okay.
I'm going to chubby bunny some bread when I cut an onion next.
Which one am I going to try? Microwaving everything on half power. All right.
And writing things down.
I forget what I'm supposed to write things down for. I'm kidding.
Okay.
All right. This one could save your life someday.
I was going to pass because it's ridiculous. I'm like, I am not putting this in here. And then I'm like, let me just check the states. And I'm like, well, shoot, I guess I have to put it in here.
Right. What we have here is the states with the highest likelihood. Are you ready? The highest likelihood of an alien abduction. So it turns out that the key to avoiding being abducted by aliens might be Southern hospitality. We'll get to that in a second. However, this website put out a list, the states with the highest likelihood of an alien abduction. They said this is based on sightings, right? Alien sightings or UFO sightings or whatever. Digital media reports.
Right.
That kind of stuff. So, turns out that the top state, if you want to get abducted, is...
Go to California.
Yeah, the highest likelihood of being abducted by aliens. They said that there's one UFO sighting for every 1,075 people. Now,
let's round out the top 5. So number 1 is California. And number 2 is why I put this story in. Since we are in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State.
Number 2 most likely to be abducted. Have you ever been yet?
Not that I know of.
You've got a good chance.
Followed by where Curt's family is, Florida. I'm like, Curt, your family's going to be wiped out by aliens between Florida and Washington in the top 3.
Well, probably they'll be wiped out by the water levels rising first.
But here's the thing. Number 4 is Oregon. So between California being number 1, Washington number 2, and Oregon number 4, we're the whole West Coast.
Very likely.
Right?
We're going to have the old anal probe.
God.
Did you like the sound effect with that?
Why are the anal probe?
Who knows? That's I guess what they do. Number 5 is New York. So there you go. If you have the highest likelihood of being abducted by aliens, if you want to, by the way, we should have said that Nevada you would think that, or Nevada, the home of Area 51, would be higher on the list.
I thought that would be number one,
it should
actually.
be. It came in at number 10.
So it makes the top 10.
You're safest from alien abductions where?
In Louisiana, followed by Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Or in Virginia.
So those four, you're safest in the South.
Yeah.
Maybe the aliens are not interested in Southern
right.
people. I whatever.
Let's talk about dwarfs. Is it dwarfs? It's dwarfs is what I saw, not dwarves.
It should be dwarves.
Well, it's not. It's dwarfs.
What? Because you saw it that way?
On the internet. The internet told me.
Okay. It can't be.
What dwarf do you relate to the most and why?
We talked about this, Snow White, the musical.
The live action version of Snow White, which also a musical.
In theaters this weekend. So we were like, hey, what dwarf do you most relate to? Go ahead for it, Jen.
Marilyn said sleepy. I can sleep 10 hours a night and nap during the day.
And then Jenny also said sleepy. I tried to put these together.
Okay, I'm tired, said Jenny.
And this week I relate most to what dwarf? Sneezy. My allergies are outrageous.
Corey said, I think I am one of them.
Any one of them,
Any one of them on a weekly basis. Sneezy and dopey today due to allergies and looking high and low for an item for a while. And it was right in front of me the whole time.
Have you ever done, where are my glasses? And they're on your
Oh,
head.
Pat did that to me. We were on FaceTime and Pat's like, oh my God, I got to find my glasses. I don't know where I put them. I'm like, honey, they're on your head. Oh.
I think I've actually done where's my phone when I'm actually
Oh, me too.
Lily says, I'm all of the 7 dwarves except for Doc. And then Becky, also with the sneezy. I have allergies, and when I start sneezing, it's all over. I will sneeze at least 10 times. What's your number, by the way?
Sneezing?
Yeah. I mean, people...
Usually one time.
Okay. I think Dana's is 3. I usually do 2.
Okay.
All right. Dopey is what Katie said. Dopey is the dwarf I relate to because Dopey tries really hard, and he does.
Miriam said bashful when my introverted side is ruling.
Mm-hmm.
I've answered the question. I said happy. I try to see the bright side and find the joy.
And Jenny replied with, Jen, you always do. It's true.
I really do try.
Other people that said happy, I relate to Jen. Laurel said happy is the dwarf I relate to. Lauren said I'd say happy as well. Ina, Kim, happy. And then Carrie said happy or sleepy and sneezy because she's got allergies.
Well, Randy added sneezy in for her husband, and she said, yeah, that's
for sure. Okay.
I like Brittany said Doc. I feel like I'm a leader of all the chaos.
AKA
the kids. That's
okay.
awesome. I like that one.
Is that Brittany that we used to work with that now is
No, I don't think so.
Jackie, your roommate.
We've met Brittany at one of our broadcasts.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie says I'm a mix of Doc, bashful due to being an introvert, and sneezy because of the allergies, and occasionally grumpy.
Did you say not my roommate? That Jackie is not
my roommate. Oh, it's not your roommate.
No,
okay, I'm sorry.
That Jackie is not.
Okay, my bad. Then finally, is this Cherie? Or Sherry? Cheri.
Sherry. That one is Sherry. I know a Cherie that is spelled that way too.
She says depends on the day.
I feel like that probably is the most accurate for all of us, really, because I feel like we can all embody all 7 of those dwarfs at any one given time.
Well, then who are the 7
depending on the
dwarfs?
day and the dwarfs? I posted it. Bashful, happy, dopey, Doc, sneezy,
sleepy, grumpy,
happy. Did I ever say happy?
You doubled
grumpy.
up on happy.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Of course I doubled up on happy. Duh. Double dose of happy there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. Speaking of happy.
The happiest countries in the world. Gallup does a poll. The Gallup people. Gallup.
They're the official people.
For a lot of
things.
They do a poll every year. Since 2012, they've been doing this one. World Happiness Report, which ranks how people in more than 140 countries evaluate the quality of their lives. Basically, how happy is every country.
Guess who is number 1? Because it's not the US of A.
It hasn't been the US of A for a long time, but they've been in the top 10, I think. We've been.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, shoot.
I think the highest we've gotten is, well, I don't know, actually. I thought the highest we've gotten is 11.
Okay. The happiest country in the world for the 8th year in a row, Finland.
Yeah, Way to go, Finland.
Mm-hmm. Followed by Denmark, Iceland. So there's all 3 right there in the Scandinavian countries. The rest of the top 10 is Sweden, the Netherlands, Costa Rica.
I buy that. They got
Norway, Israel, Luxembourg, and Mexico. Go Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got are there more than 4 countries in Scandinavia? We got Sweden, Iceland, Denmark, and Finland. And Norway. All of them are there.
Too.
Okay.
Wow.
So where does the U.S. rank, Jen?
Number 24, which isn't terrible out of 147 countries, but relatively speaking, it's kind of low ranked.
It's our lowest rank as well.
I know.
Since they've been started doing this 12 years ago. But
I mean, not surprising. I'm just going to say we don't need to bring politics into it. I'm just saying our country is not
crazy right now. Just to put this in perspective, if you're thinking, well, that's not so bad. The United States at number 24 is just below Slovenia, the United Arab Emirates, and Germany. We are just ahead of Belize, Poland, and Taiwan. Canada's number 18 on the list. They're happier than us. And as you mentioned before, Mexico at number 10.
We're lower than our neighbors. We're sandwiched low. We're sandwiched by highs, and we're the low.
All right.
That's terrible.
This is based on answers people gave when asked to rate their own lives. And the Gallup study was done in partnership with the UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network.
I want to say one of the people that did the Gallup poll, the CEO guy, said, happiness isn't just about wealth or growth. It's about trust, connection, and knowing people have your back. So that's the key right there. If we want stronger communities and economies, we must invest in what truly matters, which is each other.
Yeah. And they said on here, if there's one thing you can do to be a little happier this weekend, then this is a good idea. Grabbing a meal with someone else.
There was a whole thing in there that I put that now I can't remember what it said about.
Doing things with people?
Yeah, something. There was a whole thing. It's like connection.
Like you said, right? It's people and what investing in each other, that's what matters.
Okay, let's move on.
Well, which button do you want to push?
Anyone. Time for Fun Facts Friday.
Oh, yeah, fun.
I had a hard time narrowing it down.
You have never before said, it's time for Fun Facts Friday. Time for Fun Facts Friday.
Okay. I had a hard time narrowing these down because they're so good. And we even had someone write in to tell us a fun fact for Friday.
Which is perfect. We love participation.
Blue is the most popular color worldwide, followed by green.
Didn't know that. Makes sense.
You knew this, Curt. There are only two common words in the English language that end in G-R-Y.
Right off the top of my head, I was like, what, angry and hungry?
That's right.
I had not heard that before. The only two words. Did you know it's illegal to only own one guinea pig in Switzerland? I guess guinea pigs get lonely if they're alone, so the law in Switzerland says, hey, you can't just buy one, get two.
Well, there's also another law in Switzerland that says you're not allowed to force domestic poultry to wear glasses or contact lenses. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, do the Train one, because Train's, local band.
That's true. We do have Pat Monahan lives around here. The band Train has more monthly listeners on Spotify than all these bands. Led Zeppelin, the Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, U2, REM, Pearl Jam, or Elvis.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
I would be very surprised to have known that. But
I know. That's why I put that in, because I knew you'd be surprised, and they're local, and you love music. On average, giraffes sleep for less than 2 hours a day, and on the flip side, pythons sleep for at least 18 hours a day. I am reading or listening to, because I don't read books, I listen to them, Why We Sleep, which is fascinating. I highly recommend it.
Does it suggest that we sleep as long as pythons a day, 18 hours?
No, it does not.
That's too
But
bad.
it really is fascinating. A book that's very fascinating. My mind's blown.
See, the pythons go out and they eat something really, you've seen that. They eat something big and it's in their belly and they're,
I know. Then they have to just sleep
tired.
and digest.
Sleep it off.
Carrots are actually bad for rabbits and can cause health problems, but because of Bugs Bunny, pretty much everyone thinks rabbits love carrots.
Thanks a lot, Looney Tunes.
Oh, I thought this next one was real good.
The designer who created the NBA logo also made the 1040EZ tax form.
I mean, how random is that? But awesome.
Super random.
This one too.
You found this. Google, the company Google, we all know by now, obviously, was originally called Back Rub when they came up with the idea in 1996. They changed the name to Google about a year later. So for 1 year,
it was Back Rub.
People would say, hey, you want to find out the answer? You back rub it. No?
It's not as catchy as Google.
All right.
Okay, yeah. The state and capital city with the fewest total letters combined is Boise, Idaho. A total of 10 letters.
Oh, the state and the capital city. Okay. Ah. The moment when a sperm fertilizes an egg, there's actually a little spark and explosion. And
I put my own commentary saying I thought that happened before they met.
You know what? I thought you would have put in here, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In 1983.
This one's good, too.
Before Michael Bolton was famous in 1983, he auditioned to replace
Ozzy Osbourne
as the lead singer in Black Sabbath.
How crazy is that? Freaking Michael.
Well, we know him as Michael Bolton now, but if he had gotten that gig, I bet he'd look a lot different.
I don't know. He had the long hair already.
He did have long hair.
Nintendo named Mario after the landlord of their first warehouse, who was named Mario. What would you say?
Segali?
Segali. It was a way for them to get an extension on paying their rent. So they promised him they'd name a character after him.
Because we don't have the rent money this month.
We don't have rent money. Can we just name a character after you?
The word graffiti is plural.
Did you know that?
Form, nope. The singular form of the word is graffito. Look at that, graffito.
Graffito.
If it's just one.
A shape with 1,000 sides is called a chiligon. Chiligon?
Chiliagon?
Chiliagon? Chiligon?
Chiliagon?
I thought that's... Okay, no, Jackie. Jackie texted me and says, I have a fun fact Friday for you.
Nice.
There are more Edward R. Jones locations in the U.S. There's over 15,000 of them. Then there are McDonald's locations, which there's just over 13,600.
I think that should make me happy because that means that more people are concentrating on their investments in their future than...
I know, but is that surprising to you? Because
Yes,
it
very
was
much
like,
so.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackie.
Well, we just assume that there's more McDonald's in the, everywhere than anything.
Right.
Thank you, Jackie.
They have a lot more in the whole world, obviously. This is just in the U.S.
Good Fun Facts Friday.
Weekend plans.
All right. Well, we mentioned before there is a new movie opening that would be good for you and the kids to see.
Called Snow White.
Yeah. Who's Rachel Ziegler?
She's pretty famous. She is.
That's your answer?
Yep.
I'm like, what has she been in?
And Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
She's
so
the
Rachel
evil queen.
Ziegler is Snow White in this live-action adaptation. Gal Gadot is the evil queen.
They did not, off screen, they did not get along. I was watching Entertainment Tonight.
Wonder
don't get
Woman
along.
did not get along with somebody?
No.
All right. Another movie, The Alto Knights. This is 2 Robert De Niro's for the price of 1. Robert De Niro plays both real-life mob boss Vito
Genovese?
Guess so. And Frank Costello. This crime drama set in the 50s New York, 1950s New York. You can also see Deborah Messing and Michael Rispoli from The Sopranos. All right. And
Yeah.
finally, Locked. Another movie opening this weekend. Bill Skarsgård is a carjacking thief. He breaks into a luxury SUV, but then he gets trapped inside.
Dun, dun, dun.
Somebody
And then
tricked him.
Anthony Hopkins wants to teach him a lesson.
I knew you were going to do that.
He's going to eat him.
Can you imagine if you're trapped in an SUV and he comes out as Hannibal Lecter? Like,
Oh, my God.
All right. How about in sports this weekend? Not a whole lot going on. We have the Kraken there on the road. They'll be in Edmonton, playing Edmonton tomorrow night around 7:30 local time. And the Sounders play Houston tomorrow night at Lumen Field. Guess what?
What?
It's Ladies' Night.
I can't believe you didn't have the song. It's ladies' night and the feeling's right. What?
What am I going to say? You said
wanna
we got to get going.
And
I wanted more music in there.
gotta get pinged. We would have been pinged.
That's true.
You know-
Ladies' Night gets you an exclusive Sounders FC belt bag, a stylish way to show off your rave green pride.
Okay, perfect. I was going to also mention that the NCAA tournament is going on.
Oh, that's right here.
Well, it's going on like...
No, we've got the thing here.
So many days. But yes, I put this in the what's happening around the Pacific Northwest at Climate Pledge Arena tonight and... Well, I think today/tonight and on Sunday, they are having like viewing parties, which I think would be pretty fun. If you're into basketball and
Heck yeah.
college basketball especially, it'd be fun to go there.
Sure.
Okay,
Other things happening around the PNW.
tonight, 6:30 to 9:30, Boots, Barrels, and Brews, a live country band, line dancing lessons at Pickering Barn in Issaquah. I think that sounds actually kind of fun.
We just did our gig there this past weekend. We did a fundraiser at Pickering Barn. I like that place a lot.
nice.
Tomorrow,
In our neck of the woods in Bothell,
this is 1 to 4 in the afternoon, Craft and Concrete Garage Crawl, formerly called the Bothell Underground Beer Festival.
yeah, for $30 you get a glass and 8 tasting tickets, and there's like local craft beer, spirits, ciders, mocktails, non-alcoholic beers, all in this parking garage of this apartment building in Bothell. You can Google it.
That doesn't sound very appealing, but I'm sure
I
it's
know
very
it
nice.
doesn't, right? It's in the garage of an
And you
apartment
sold
building.
it so well. It's in a garage in an apartment building in
Well, that part I
Bothell.
don't get.
All right. What's going on tomorrow? Also, something about the clothes.
No. Okay, so 11 to 4,
Oh.
wear clothes you don't mind staining to Seattle's Color Festival, which has food trucks, DJ music, colored powder for sale. It's all that Indian holly. I don't know if it's holy or holly.
Oh,
I think it's holy.
Okay, to celebrate that Seattle Center.
That's my bad. I apologize. I don't mean to disrespect that at all because that's a big holiday.
Because we were talking about this at some point, and for part of the tradition, you throw powder at each other.
I mean, it sounds really cool. I think it's near the mural amphitheater. Talk, Jen.
You can't miss that right down there at Seattle Center. A waitress is playing at the Fifth Avenue Theater. It gets rave reviews.
It's been huge on Broadway. If you have the chance to see it, I have not seen it. My daughter Macy, who's totally into musical theater, is like, we have to go see that. Tickets are a bit spendy. I'm not going to lie.
Are you going to go?
I'm going to try. I'm trying to check in to see if they have student ticket pricing.
Oh, okay.
So she can see it.
Again, that's Waitress at the Fifth Avenue Theater. So the weekend is here.
Yeah.
Second day of spring.
Yeah. What are you going to be doing?
Probably spring cleaning.
Do you have a to-do list? Like, what are you tackling? What's your priority?
I keep it in my head, which is like a steel trap.
Which means he remembers nothing.
Rusted open steel trap that will never close. Spring cleaning, which will include, you know what I got to do? Remember all the water features in the backyard?
Yeah.
What do we have, like 9?
A lot of them.
They're all covered in leaves and leaves and leaves and grossness. So I need to go out and drain all those, and that'll be part of it, I'm sure. And other spring cleaning. What about you?
Okay, so Macy, my youngest daughter, and her friend are making dinner tonight, which I'm excited about. I'm going to go try that pizza place that I was telling you about. There's a bunch of my friends that were raving about it. Yeah, downtown Edmonds, Nile Peacocks. I'm going to go there with a couple friends on Saturday.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, Pat and I are taking Riley, my oldest daughter, and Michael, his middle son, out because they both kick off their spring breaks this weekend, but they're both working. They're like workaholics, right?
Right.
They are going to school and working at the same time, and we're like, just give us a handful of hours. We want to take you out. We don't know what we're going to do with them. So if you have any ideas for me, let me know.
All right.
Okay,
I love it.
That's what I'm doing.
See, but we just did that report. You know, the way to be happy is to share dinner, share a meal with somebody.
Share a meal. We'll be sharing a meal for sure.
One more thing we want to talk about, and this is leading to our question of the day, question of the weekend, I guess, is what it would be. There are some unpopular parenting takes, and you would know more about this than I would because I don't have any kids, but these are unpopular parenting takes that work.
Right. So meaning people don't necessarily like what you're going to say about your parenting take, but they actually will work.
All right. A few examples. Kids not yet in high school don't need to have smartphones. Okay.
Yep. It's okay to negotiate with your kids.
Some people say that's a no-no?
Yes.
Okay. What's another one? Maybe
doing everything for your child is doing them a huge disservice.
I think that's true.
Yeah, let them make mistakes and learn to fend for themselves socially and emotionally. That's a hard one for me. I don't do everything, but you want to be there to like fix it and make it easier for them, but you can't.
I even have a hard time with my pets doing that. It's like, doggy, no, don't do that. You know, they need to learn.
Will dogs learn? I know Snotty Sailor does not learn.
There are things that my wife does that I'm like, listen, the mama dog, you know, Bella's mom would not put up with that crap. And she's like, no, I need to cuddle her and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah.
The actual dog parents would really like, nah, you don't get away with that.
The canines themselves. Okay.
That leads to our question for the weekend.
What's your unpopular parenting take?
Do you have one to share or not?
No. I will think of one. But I don't have one off the top.
So the things that maybe people would say, yeah, you really shouldn't do that. But you're like, you know what? First of all,
you really should.
Up yours. Secondly, I don't know how I would deal with that. If somebody came up to me in the store and said, you're doing it with your kid wrong. You're not parenting them right.
People do that. You know they do that.
Right. Well, you know what? They actually do it with the dogs too. And you're driving. I mean, there are people that, hey, you know what? It's like, yeah, shut up.
Yes. What's your unpopular parenting take? We will post that on our Facebook page. If you don't already follow, please do, because that's where we post when we post podcasts.
And remember, starting Monday, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the program. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to sleep for 18 hours like a python.
No, we're not going to sleep 18 hours. We're going to get up still and be productive humans. We're just going to sleep a few hours extra.
Productive?
Yep. Chris, I'm going to hold you to it.
Thank you. Thank you, as always, for listening as we come up on 1 year of unemployment.
Oh, my God. We still have a couple weeks to enjoy before we hit our year mark. All right. Have an awesome weekend. Make great memories. Make good choices. Find joy and spread kindness and find ways to laugh.
Yes, absolutely.
Good for the soul.